Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Money Monday, and we're here to open your mind. You're living the good life right here on WBOK 12:30 a.m. this morning, and I can't get my recording stuff to work right. There we are. We are on Facebook Live, so make sure you follow us live if you want to see what is going down in the studio this morning. And let me just tell y'all how the Lord works. It's very, very interesting. So I am sitting here and with a very special guest, and of course I have Telly Medina on the line, so he'll be on in just a second, Telly, so hold up. But this is how the Lord works. Chief Kenny Young was a couple minutes behind for Chuck's show. But y'all know he wasn't supposed to be on Chuck's show. He's supposed to be on my show. And so I'm going to tell you why. So he's like, well, what's the name? You know, I'm asking him about his organization and what's going on. And I was like, so he's telling me. And he's like, what's the name of your show? I said, The Good Life. He said, you know what? They have this dude named Travis, who made this song called The Good Life before he passed away. And I was in his video. Well, I was in the video, too. And now, they came in the studio. And so I was like, well, I have a surprise for you, because I didn't let him know what my intro song was. So he sat here and realized that my intro music was Travis. Yes, I was looking for new theme music, and Leroy presented the music, and so we had the listeners vote, and they voted. I mean, it was kind of hands down. It was no question. But yes, Travis, Trumpet Black, he is the good life. That's exactly what it is. So we're very blessed to be able to have his music as our theme music. Right. So surprise for you while we were on here.
Inspirational to me.
Was he?
Yeah, this good friend of mine. Like you said, things go work in mysterious ways, because I didn't know I was gonna be on The Good Life this morning.
See?
And that's why I'm here to try to spread some good news for everybody, to help them obtain living the good life.
Absolutely, absolutely. So this is Chief Kenny Young, and he is with the Indigenous Cultural Exchange, and he has a training program for our youth. Tell us a little bit what that training program is all about.
Well, actually, what's going on is I've been trying to have a vision for teaching and training the community, giving the youth a reason and a way to get out of harm's way. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So we have a hotel industry city here. When we have a lot of conventions, it's an excess need of help. You know what I'm saying? So what we're doing is sponsoring with a few different companies, a lot of equipment and a lot of gear in the industry and technology. So what we're going to do is train the community, 18 and older, and you can choose whatever you like to do: video, lighting, rigging, whatever it is, audio. And once it's done, we have completion, we have certification, and once you hit the floor, you're going to know what you're doing. And to help give everybody a little motivation, is $20 an hour for entry level.
$20 an hour?
Yes.
I think I have people right now doing cartwheels. Yeah, $20 an hour.
Right. And
so you're going to train them, certify them, and start them off at $20 an hour?
For free.
For free?
For free.
This is The Good Life right here on The Good Life.
Exactly.
Y'all got this information right here on WBOK and The Good Life. Thanks, Chuck. Ha.
Yeah, exactly. So, and we was rushing over here trying to get it out. And I just, we want to try to keep it going. And today, tomorrow is the first day. And today we setting it up. We bringing all the equipment over. And Chuck, Instant Bull, they open their doors for us. And our building is right next door. So what we're trying to do is make a connection between downtown and the community directly. That way when conventions and clients come from out of town, they'll be able to hire directly locally here.
Absolutely. And that is the good life. And look what happens when people partner together.
Right.
So many times we try to do things by ourselves and it just doesn't work out very well.
Well, I wouldn't be able to do it alone. It was my vision, but without the other companies coming in, helping with equipment, putting with what I have, and making this, to the status that it's going to be, we working together. Sometimes you can use unity to defeat needing money. You know,
Hello.
people sometimes don't understand that getting paid sometimes is a motivation, but just to see everybody working together is a different type of payment.
Right,
It's
absolutely.
a real good life.
And we are and we are here with Chief Kenny Young. He is with the Indigenous Cultural Exchange, and they are training us. So you have to be 18 and older.
Yes.
You're getting trained in what are the different options?
Rigging, lighting, audio, visual. You know,
And there are
video.
so many different conventions that are going on.
Yes.
There's the NBA is coming
Yes,
here.
yes.
So you want to have these certifications.
Yes.
They are starting you off on jobs for
Yes.
$20 an hour.
Yes.
This isn't something you can feed your
It's
family, pay your
serious.
rent,
Right.
and do everything else. Don't play right
And
now.
also, to make everybody understand, it's not just a job. This is a career. Because
Absolutely.
it changed my life 15 years ago.
Wow.
Because you don't really realize what's going on unless somebody give you that information.
Right.
And also, you can travel. You can go to Orlando, Chicago, Atlanta, wherever we have work. You know what I'm saying?
Did y'all hear that?
Yeah, we connected in Toronto, Canada, all over the world. You know, we have different companies that network with us the same way.
So how can they reach you if they know somebody or if they want to get involved?
Well, I have a video. My email is novavideo09@gmail.com, and they can contact me at 504-278-3902 to send their name in for registration.
278
3902.
3902. That is 504-278-3902. If you or you know someone who is interested in starting a new career, getting into the field of production, audio, visual, lighting, all of those things that go on with so many of our conventions here. We have the MBA. It's coming up. You're going to get certified. They are starting you off with jobs at $20 an hour. Mm-hmm. This isn't something, to play with. This is really big. These are opportunities. And so I'm going to put this information on our Facebook page and all of our social media outlets. And again, that number is 504-278-3902. That is 504-278-3902. We have Chief Kenny Young of the Indigenous Cultural Exchange program here, and he is giving training and certification.
2360 St. Claude and St. Roch. 2360.
2360 St. Claude. The corner of St. Roch.
Yes, right next door to the Healing Center.
Right next door to the Healing Center.
We got an Indigenous Culture Exchange where we do events. Also, we have a hall where we rent it out for parties there, so the kids who learn, they'll be able to work events at our place. Also, we have Mardi Gras Indian suits. I'm a chief.
Wow, yeah, I'm looking at this chief, yeah.
Yes, and also we participate in teaching our kids that, all these things, we want them to live the good life.
Right.
You know what I'm
see,
saying?
I like how you threw that in there.
When they make it to a certain age, we don't want them to have to struggle and worry about money, things like that.
Somebody's calling you saying, I hear you.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
But
I hear you on the radio right now. That's what they do. I hear you on the radio right now.
Yeah, well, that's somebody trying to get in that class.
Yeah, look, call. Look, exactly. Call right now. It's all good. Call right now. Call him right now. We're on air. It's okay. Call him right now. Right now, 504-278-3902. It is Chief Kenny Young. It is a training program with the Indigenous Cultural Exchange. They are training people 18 and over with careers, y'all. This isn't just a job. This is a career. For free. Did y'all hear that? Free? F-R-E-E, free.
We just would like for y'all to work with my company and one of the other sponsoring companies when the work comes here. That's the trade. You can't ask for no more. You know what I'm saying?
Can't ask for better than that.
And a lot of people usually keep the job that they have, because this job, man, y'all got my phone.
Good.
Right,
y'all keep calling him. Blow him up.
This is not just a job,
keep the ringer on, y'all. Blow him up right now while we're on air.
You can make big money. I used to see, when I was out, thought I was living a good life, and I used to be out on the block all day. But when I learned and got this, I'm in the convention center all day, 16 hours, all day. Just don't even want to go home.
Right.
That's when I was, so once you learn and realize that it's an opportunity, you don't have to risk your life, then they're going to change the way of thinking. You know what I'm saying?
And to look over your shoulder.
Right, and we're not going to ask for no government assistance. We're not asking for anything. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. We don't need to ask for permission. We just got to start doing it.
Absolutely.
So we would love the whole city to pull together if they can, and we're going to try to keep it going. as much as we can.
Well, thank you so much for being here. We're really excited about this program, and I will put out this information throughout the rest of the show. See, yes, blow it up. Keep calling him. Keep calling him. 504-278-3902. 504-278-3902. His name is Chief Kenny Young. He's with the Indigenous Cultural Exchange. It is located at 2360 St. Claude on the corner of St. Rock. There's a training program. Oops, I didn't have you on. It's a training program to give you a certification. It's a career, y'all. A certification for free in the field of production, lighting, audio, visual, all different kinds of things. First time ever.
I couldn't believe I convinced the other companies to do it, but they ain't. They see a big part.
When you have the anointing, everything just starts falling together.
Yes.
And that's what the good life is all about. So I want to thank you for being here. I'm really very excited about this and everything that you bring. We will make sure I will put this information throughout the show during each of our breaks. So make sure you stay tuned to the good life. If you missed the number, here it is again, 504-278-3902. Blow him up today.
And I'm on the Good Life video.
And he's on the Good Life video.
You didn't know that. The Iron Horse. That's my bus. He's
the
on
Iron Horse. I saw the bus when it pulled up next to his.
That's a different story. That's a different show, because that bus is more famous than all of us.
Oh, we got to talk about that show.
Yeah, that's a different show.
You'll have to come back. Look, I'm going to blow up the number
Freedom
2.
Rider bus right there.
We will find out. Well, thank you so much for coming in today. I'm very excited. We are about to be on the phone with Telly Medina. Thank you, Telly, for holding out for us. I had a special guest. He knows the man, the legend who created my theme music.
We did music together.
I hear that.
Telly, I missed you. Where have you been? It's like, where in the world was Telly Medina?
In the 7 Ward somewhere.
You are not telling the truth. Look, you about to make me say a bad word on the radio, calling you a LIE. Mama said you're not supposed to say that word.
In West Africa.
Talking about indigenous.
Lagos, West Africa, and also in the villages of Itasa, Iri, Ilo, in what is considered Ayo State. So I was on a mission trip with my brother, Pastor Brandon Boutin from Greater St. Stephen, to actually, as soon as we got back stateside, left to go to Israel. But no, we were on a mission trip to West Africa. It was a blessing. We were able to rebuild a school and a chapel, and we intend to raise more money and do more. You
were doing hard labor, or you were watching?
I was doing the work, sister. The work. I didn't climb.
I saw you posting pictures, but you know.
For that. But I definitely was helping with the work on the ground, and so it was a blessing. It was hot there. I don't know if you know that. It's hot. Not as much humidity as New Orleans, but definitely it was hot. At nighttime, we necessarily ain't no air conditioner. Some places no hot water. But it was a way to reconnect. First time to Africa, a blessing. And when people say, man, what it look like over there? And I said, under the bridge on Mardi Gras Day, when you see all those black folk on Claiborne, Orleans, and they said, yeah, they magnify that by 10,000.
Wow.
Because there are a great deal of people in that country, but, there's work to do in the United States, and clearly there's work to do in my beloved New Orleans. But there are people here. Met one kid, 15 years old, already graduated from high school, is doing
really
math, absolutely.
Wow.
And so, in fact, I had a phone call about him.
We have people who don't even want to, get up in the morning.
We got folks who don't get up in the morning, but it was a blessing to be able to go there, and I intend to do a mission trip there next year as well, and hopefully for the foreseeable future. So, great learning lesson. And I was able on the way back to stop in Paris.
Stop in what?
Paris.
Wow. All right, Telly just isn't worldwide,
And see the Eiffel Tower.
At least he comes back with the stories for us.
The Eiffel Tower is really big, by the way.
You think so?
Yeah.
In comparison to?
You see it really skinny on the pictures, but it was huge. I enjoyed
really
my time there, and then I'm back stateside. So.
But I wanted to ask you this, because when we were discussing your trip off air, the first 15 minutes but we're going to give you an extra 5, so we had a pop-in guest with us today, so I want you to stay on a little bit longer. We were discussing, how you had your trip to Nigeria. And, you know, in Money Monday, the first 15 minutes, we discuss community. And so I really wanted
Mm-hmm.
you to discuss or give us a glimpse of what community looked like in Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you know, you were there doing, you know, a mission trip and you were helping build. But what did their community look like? You know, maybe give us a glimpse of that good life.
Well, it is. Nigeria is a country, and I think that was the thing that we need to put in context for folks. You know, it's a country like the United States is a country, right? But with that said, it's kind of like the size of California and I guess Nevada put together. There are 36 states, individual states within the country of Nigeria, and so the first question is like, man, are you going to be safe? You know, you have to be concerned about that.
Right.
You heard the thing with the entity called Boko Haram.
Yes.
And you remember when Mrs. Obama put out that Saving Our Girls, and that was in Nigeria, but that was in northeast or in northern Nigeria, which would be considered a more Muslim section of the country. We were in West Nigeria, where they had just as many Baptist churches as you got Baptist churches in the city of New Orleans. Absolutely. From driving from Lagos going east.
Well, then we got to get New Home Ministries out there in Nigeria. I hope R.C. Blakes and Bishop Sam are listening right now.
Yeah, I talked to Bishop Phoenix about that as well.
There you go. Get the New Home Ministries in Nigeria.
Yeah, I want to see the Blakes brothers and their little brother, Mr. Phoenix, out in the village for about 6 days. That would be interesting to see. But with that said, you know, within our traveling through that country, there is a great deal in signs of respect for older black men that I have never seen.
Really?
Like I have seen, even in New Orleans. Culturally, we are a respectful place, I think, but, you know, every time there was an elder or person of respect, you would almost kneel to a degree or go down to your ankle to say good morning. Some of the individuals who are more high in stature, some people would literally get on 2 knees. And for certain other individuals, there is a cultural concept where you would literally lie flat on the ground in order to greet them. And usually that person would grab your hand and pull you up before you would do that. But for individuals who are elders, who are older, there's a great sign of respect for a person who has gray hairs in their head. I would say on the community side, the kids there, Eileen, they're hungry. They're not like, you know, I would try to say that my son is hungry and he wants to do great in life, but that level of grit and determination because of their circumstance makes that community want to do better. There have so many mathematical geniuses just in the country and in the town that I was in, where if they're given enough opportunity to make it out, they would do great. For example, at one of the primary schools for 6th and 7th graders, they have 6 brand new computers. They're never able to turn the computers on. One, they don't know when the electricity is going to work, which is an issue. The second, their internet service is shoddy at best and it's ridiculously overpriced.
Wow.
And so, with that said, one of the things that Pastor Bhutan and I talked about is looking at a possibility of solar, looking at second-rate solar, like if a company, say, for example, a company was done with the solar panels that they had and they were switching out once a year, once every 5 years, could we use those second-hand parts in order to install in the schools in that particular village, which is a concept that I've talked to some friends about, and we'll see if we can do it.
Wow.
But those are also things that we should be looking for within the United States to try to improve the likelihood and the resources for black kids and brown kids who are walking in the cities of New Orleans, but who may also be in the countries and villages in Nigeria. So it is a way to open up your mind. I've been to
living differently in the world.
To living differently in the world, and it opens up your worldview. And I sent a message to my sister and a lot of my friends. I said, Lord, it's a long way from Huntersville, Circle Food Store in the 7th Ward, but it's a blessing to be able to see the world, to be able to help people.
But you know something you told me? It may have been a long way from Huntersfield in the 7th Ward, but when you were in Nigeria, what did you notice? Something you
Black,
said.
black folk everywhere. what
Yes,
else
black
did I
folks
say?
everywhere, but
Black folks everywhere. I mean, even in Lagos, a place that has an infrastructure of 700,000, there were 22 million people. And they're selling their wares and they're hustling. And it just, kind of, one of my Facebook posts, I
this
think I
dude said black people everywhere.
I mean, it was black folks everywhere. And there was one
How did that feel?
Huh?
How did it feel?
It was awkward because you've never seen that many black people in all your life. Like, you've never seen this many black people. Like, and they had ladies who looked like you and then ladies who didn't look like you, a little more chocolate. And now I understand, Eileen, I understand.
See, wait, but I want you to go in on that point because that's what you said, and it was also community. There was a range of colors, even in Nigeria, of what our race looks like, and they were still acting as a community.
And they were still acting as a community.
Imagine
now, I'm not saying that they didn't have issues, but, the other thing I can say this is, and I mean this in all sincerity, black women are phenomenal because I saw a lady carrying a baby on her back with a whole thing of groceries, looking like she had made groceries on top of her head and talking on the cell phone, walking down the road all at the same time. I said to myself, there's no way possible any man alive could do all three of these things.
Who run the world? Girls.
Well, we're not going to get into all that Beyonce stuff. But with that said, it gave you a great appreciation to see people of all different shades. Now, one of the elders who was a female, who we call Ma, told me, I know why black girls get braids now, I think, specifically in that country, because it's so hot. But when it comes to the issues that you may have with your air, sometimes it just may be easier because I don't know about in America, but if you had to sweat like we sweat every day in Nigeria,
Yeah.
I mean, you just wasn't keeping up with the hair sister. I get it. It's hot.
Right, but
it's really hot.
And that's why our features are different because it was just we came from a different region of the world of the earth that climate change. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That's why our features are different. We aren't really that different. Our features are different because we adapted to certain parts of the world.
Absolutely. The other thing I would say is, which is important, we were in the mountains of Atasa and also in there was granite everywhere. And I'm talking about this one specific place, Eileen. Just granite in the ground, granite in the mountain. I'm talking about that stuff that you got in your house, just granite, right? And there was so many culture. We walked past a plant, and they had no other name for the plant besides calling it mosquito repellent, right? So it was just to get the shots and this and that, and I could not bring that back because that's the plan if you're trying to get me arrested. But none of the flies were around the mosquito repellent, and some people just take the plant out of the ground and put it at the front of their door. And they said it really does repel mosquitoes.
What is that? Did you find out the name of it?
They called it mosquito repellent.
Okay, well, you have friends there now, so I need you to figure it out.
Yeah, I'll figure that out. We need to grow some of that in South Louisiana.
Seriously. Grow it as a barrier around Florida right now.
So, yeah, absolutely. And so
Texas,
what I would say is a great learning lesson. I learned a great deal about their politics, and some of their politics is very bad in that particular country and needs improvement. But that concept of saying, Nigerian people are so driven, some of them are hustlers, some of this and that, your surroundings kind of make up who you're going to be and who you are. Those people are just as hungry for success as others. I never felt like, you hear this expression, when you go back to Africa as an African American, you're not going to be accepted. Now, I have not been to all of the countries in Africa, but my experience in Nigeria was, hey, black man, how you doing, my brother? It's an opportunity to meet you and greet you and give you a hug and show you love. And the ladies that give you a hug and say, welcome home, welcome home, welcome home. And I can say that, even though I'd never been to that continent before, my soul really felt at peace. I told that to my pastor, Bishop Phoenix, and saying that, my soul felt at peace. It was obvious that was a place that we originated from, and we had descendants there. And at some point, we needed to be able to bridge our divide. If America does not want us to be here, and at times we feel What happened with Colin Kaepernick is a serious issue, but the Ryan Lochte thing is just as important. Those are two double-edged swords. One isn't worse than the other. I say that to say that if we can rebuild our relationships and connections within the continent, that we will be better because of it, and we will have a feeling. I know that I love North Korean Columbus. I talk about it, but that isn't where I originally started from. In fact, I don't even own any property there. But the individuals back in the country where we originated, some of us, right, there is property. There are opportunities there within Lagos, within Ghana, which is about 2 countries next door, and that we should have ourselves more open to it. I also say that I told Tyrone Walker, who who works for Mayor Landrieu, that we should never complain about potholes, because I really saw a pothole that flipped the 18-wheeler.
We won't be complaining about potholes anymore.
To Mayor Landrieu, I'm not even complaining, Mr. Mayor, anymore, because I've seen real potholes, brother.
You'll just drive around it, right?
Like really real potholes. But the other thing I would say is I was able to get on a plane, come back to America, and I realized that I have running water inside of my house. My children are able to get an education in the school where it does not physically rain on their heads, and the teachers don't have to be concerned about lightning hitting the children while they're in the classroom.
Oh, my gosh.
So at some point, I want to be able to bring Aiden. I want to be able to bring Telly Jr. there so they can realize how fortunate they are, but not so that they can look at those people in that country differently, because they're not those people. They're actually our people, and there's a connection there. And if it's expressed, then it's an opportunity for us to know more about ourselves, feel comfortable about a place that has so much history and culture, and realize that if not for Africa, the rest of the world has very serious issues, because all of the natural resources that we need are within that country, and they have tons of it, and they will have it forever. And so if you can get there, wherever you can on the continent. But to the people of Nigeria that may be in New Orleans, I have had an experience of a lifetime, and I'm grateful, and I love you for it.
Actually, Father Asari from St. Peter Claver is from Nigeria.
And so Augustine, who's over at Peter Claver, told me that, so I do know that. Yeah.
So you know what, y'all, be grateful for your blessings. There's so many ways that we can learn things from our communities, from around the world. So open your mind to living differently in the world. We want to thank Telly for being here. Lee's going to kill us for going over our time, but it was important. We really needed this lesson. This morning. So thank you, Telly, so much for everything that you do. And
I'm sorry, Lee, for going over on time.
Oh, no, this is the good life. We work it out. We work it out on the good life. That was important information. It really did bring it home. Their sense of community, but also our sense of gratefulness and what we can do together. And we're going to work it out. We're going to call, your pastor Phoenix. We're going to call the Blake brothers. We're going to get a new home in Nigeria, and we're going to live the good life. Let's get them there. We're going to open everybody's mind to living differently in the world. Thank you so much, Telly. We are going to have a quick break. When we get back, we're going to have Kenneth Barnes for about 10 minutes. And we're going to talk about, y'all know what today is. It is the anniversary of Katrina. So sometimes we're just going to get a quick little bit on, having that emergency fund from Kenneth Barnes and KB Enterprises. We'll be right back.
Are you satisfied with your current financial position? My name is Kenneth Barnes, President and CEO of KB Enterprises, where we specialize in putting together step-by-step financial action steps for your plan for today and for tomorrow. Whether you're 50 to 85 and need assistance with your final expenses, we have coverage options for every situation. Let us put life back into your finances. Call us today at 504-914-1202. That's 504-914-1202.
Small businesses play an important role in society, and L&R Security is no different. L&R Security delivers safety and comfort to our neighborhoods, events, apartment communities, conventions, work sites, festivals, and your business. L&R Security can be reached at 504-943-3191 to ensure the safety of your employees, customers, family, friends, and you. L&R Security Security has made its mark in the security arena for over 37 years and will faithfully continue that tradition. Call today for your personalized consultation to ensure your security needs are met. L&R Security differentiates itself by creating partnerships with our clients and guards. We are now hiring armed and unarmed guard professionals, retired military, sheriffs, and PD to grow with us and impact our community. Be a part of the change with L&R Security. Call us now at 504-943-3191. 504-943-3191.
Are you looking for a better way to get fit? Bored with the same old routines? Looking for results or a way to instill discipline in the kids? Tiger Rock Martial Arts is the answer with Taekwondo, kickboxing, and self-defense classes. Tiger Rock diversifies your training in ways that allows individuals of all ages and fitness levels to feel like a champion. Join Tiger Rock today. TigerRockNola.com or 504-455-9694. That's 504-455-9694 with a 3-class starter pack starting for only $38, which includes your training uniform. Learn, grow, and succeed with Tiger Rock's 3 convenient locations: Old Metairie, West Bank, and Clearview. There's no better time to start gaining strength, skills, and protection for life than now. 504-455-9694. 504-455-9694. See you on the mat.
Gumbo Talk Thursday on the Good Life Radio Show is brought to you by the Downtown Development District. 40 years ago, the DDD was created to foster economic development in the heart of the Crescent City. Well, today, that vision is a real success, and downtown NOLA is thriving. Tune in Thursdays to the Good Life Radio Show at 11 a.m. to connect with shops, businesses, and nationally recognized restaurants in downtown to be a part of what's happening in your city that you call home. Visit Downtown NOLA today. It's the Good Life. Carter Business Development delivers. For businesses to compete, they must have access. Let CBD be your bridge for business development services, radio advertising, social media marketing, brand ambassador, outreach, and access. Contact Carter Business Development at 504-400-7127 or email Eileen@tglradioshow.com. Carter Business Development creates unfolding opportunities. CBD connects the dots from where you are to where you want to be. Join the good life now with Carter Business Development, 504-400-7127, 504-400-7127. As quoted, a man who stops advertising to save money is like a man who stops a clock to save time. Let CBD save you time and give you access. Call 504-400-7127, 504-400-7127. Take the steps required for access so you can live the good life too with Carter Business Development. That's 504-400-7127.
Hi, I'm Henry Jolly, your relationship expert and nationally certified counselor. Everyone at some point in their life goes through struggles. I am a firm believer that people have the ability to will themselves into good situations, but sometimes they may need some assistance. Being a loving husband, father, and successful businessman while having a passion for the counseling profession has allowed me to gain experience with a variety of these struggles. Let's work together to achieve your individual, family, or marital potential. Come and see me at the New Orleans Growth Center, located at 3712 MacArthur Boulevard on the West Bank in Suite 209. You can reach me at 504-259-8671 or by email, which is henry.jolly@yahoo.com. Thanks for your time, and I'm looking forward to working with you soon.
WBOK 1230 AM, the People's Station.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Money Monday, and we're here to open your mind. And I'm going to jump right back into the show because we had an extra special guest here this morning, and so we're running a little bit behind, but I want to make sure that you get this information because we had Chief Kenny Young in the studio with us this morning, and he is with the Indigenous Cultural Exchange at 2360 St. Claude on the corner of St. Rock, 2360 St. Claude on the corner of St. Rock. They have a training program for anybody 18 years old or older, and it is a free training program. Did you hear that? Free, Free. And this isn't just a job. This is a career. They are training you and giving you certification in the area of production, lighting, audio, visual, all of that fun stuff. And when you graduate from the program with your certification, you are automatically in the industry, and they're going to set you up with jobs starting at $20 an hour. So open your mind to living differently in the world. Make sure you reach out. That number is 504-278-3902, 504-278-3902. And when you go get your new job and start your new career, we're going to have Kenneth Barnes of KB Enterprises to get your money right. But at this time of the year, Kenneth, it is the anniversary of Katrina. So we wanted everyone to make sure that they have their rainy day funds. And rainy day is not, no pun intended, because we all remember this day 11 years ago, and we have our neighbors in the greater Baton Rouge area who are dealing with this right now. And we really just want to make sure that you all have, this savings, adding up, because we're in the heart of the season right now. Kenneth?
Absolutely. And right now, it brings back a lot of memories for me. Also, for so many of my loved ones, friends, and I'm looking at posts online of people in their experiences back then, brings so many memories back. But one thing I want to make sure we're talking about today is doing things today to prepare for anything that could possibly happen on tomorrow. And we want to make sure we're focusing on small things, Eileen. It may be $10 a month that we put towards a rainy day account. That extra $120 per year will add up over a couple of times, because thank God we don't normally go through major catastrophes like that, but every, few decades.
Right.
So life does happen no matter what.
That may be your gas money to get out of town. When some people didn't have gas money, that could be your gas money to get out of town.
Without a doubt, because you may have 120, your relative may have 120, the other one, and y'all pool them together anyway. You can stay into a hotel, everybody pile into one. So those 120s per year add up when everybody's trying to work together to achieve one goal, and that's safety and also escape any kind of harm.
Right. Right. So, and I was about to ask you how, but I think you started there anyway, just doing $10 a month. If that's all you can do, you have to do something. We do live in this area. There is a lot of rain. We're in the heart of, hurricane season right now. We know it because today is the anniversary of Hurricane Katrina. We have our neighbors, 60 miles away who have experienced, it wasn't even a hurricane that hit them. It was just a lot of rain, a lot of rain that hit them. But we really need to open our minds to living differently in the world, that anything can happen at any time, and we want to have those funds saved up because we don't want to be, in a really bad position, which a lot of people are sometimes. And it's unfortunate. And just like you said, if everybody has that 120 and you pull it together, you can get out of town, you can have a hotel until you're able to get back on your feet. So
That's
Kenneth,
exactly right.
How can they start? They say somebody has zero money today. What can they do?
Eileen, I'm glad you asked that too, because one of the things that's helping me today, and I like to always be transparent where I'm at and share that with our listeners. But this is the best quote I can give everyone. Hustle is the most controllable thing to change the outcome of what disappoints you. I'm going to repeat that. Hustle is the most controllable thing to change the outcome of what disappoints you. So, hustle. That's the key word today.
Hustle.
We got to hustle. Guess what? If it's 1 hour every day overtime, I'm going to take that overtime. That time and a half. If there's a half a day on Saturday, I can go into work. Or a part-time job. I always talk about part-time jobs. Go above and beyond. If you're strapped with your cash, if you're not willing to give up the Sunday ticket for DirecTV, okay. Maybe you can give up a half a day on the weekend and get an extra part-time job and let that money strictly be for additional resources, whether it's a rainy day account or it may be some money to invest into the business that you want, where you can begin to create passive income.
Because this is not the time of year to be, trying to impress people, because your Bentley and their Kia both got flooded, right? I'm serious.
So true.
You both got flooded, so Why are you laughing? I'm serious. Y'all know. Y'all laughing out there at me? I'm serious. They all got flooded. So open your mind to living differently in the world. Sometimes it's not as important to have something that, if you're, and I wanted to make this point really quickly, that an emergency fund and a rainy day fund are two different funds. We want to make that clear, because your emergency fund, Kenneth, should be what?
Strictly for emergencies.
And that's what, 3 to 6 months, or you say 6 months? I said 3 to 6.
Yes, months. That's for anything. You may lose your job, something like that. Where the rainy day fund is for catastrophic situations. God forbid a loved one or mate had cancer, and you're now the caretaker full time. That's the catastrophic thing. Katrina, and this happens, guys. I do a lot of financial planning for individuals. Things happen where a breadwinner, the father, now the wife is the breadwinner and has to take care of the mail, where it's all on her back, helping him to his doctor's appointments. She got 2 and 3 jobs, still dealing with the kids. That's catastrophic, and that's a real-life situation. So emergency funds are a flat tire. You might have lost your job, or they might have cut your hours back at work, those type of things. The kids may need some additional things for a new program they're in. They're playing AAU basketball, and we need to be able to travel a little bit. That was unforeseen, but you're glad that your kid's that good to be able to do that. So now that emergency fund will come in handy, where he now is not cut short of his talent opportunity based on finances.
So we want to make sure that you open your mind to living differently in the world, and we want to make sure that there is a clear difference between your emergency fund and your rainy day fund. Your rainy day is catastrophic events, right, Kenneth?
That's right.
And your emergency fund is for emergencies. So open your mind to living differently in the world. Make sure you have those two set up. And if you needed to, get some financial advice, Kenneth, how can they follow you?
Kenneth J. Barnes Jr. on Facebook, and 504-577-4139 for our direct line. It's 504-577-4139.
And make sure y'all follow him on Facebook, because he has all kind of money little nuggets that he drops all of the time. And, you can send him a little message, and, he'll follow it up and give you a little information. But you really want to make sure you follow him. He drops the money information, and everybody didn't learn about money. Everybody didn't get taught. And so he's one of those people who, he's not just talking the talk, he's walking the walk. And he's learned it because he's been through it already. So open your mind to living differently in the world. Make sure you support Kenneth Barnes of KB Enterprises, because that is the good life. Thank you so much, Kenneth, for all that you do. We appreciate you. And everybody, make sure you have your rainy day funds. Thank you, Kenneth. Have a great day.
Take care, guys.
All righty. Bye-bye. Well, since we ran over, we're not going to have a commercial break. Y'all didn't want to hear those commercials anyway, did you? No, you didn't. I had Pastor Bolden sneak into the studio, so look, he's over there setting up. And we are, it is the anniversary of Katrina, and I did want to open people's mind that, some people have, gone through their grief, but everyone hasn't. Some people, it is still a day that is, very, I can't even think of the word, because it's so it's a heavy day. Let's to put it lightly. I don't want to, be the wonk. But, it's a heavy day for some, and especially with our neighbors and what they're going through. I did want to make sure that I got these little websites out there, because we know how it felt when people forgot about us, and we want to make sure we don't forget about them. So FEMA, their website is disasterassistance.gov. That's disasterassistance.gov. If you want to volunteer, someone else who does, it's volunteerlouisiana.gov. That's volunteerlouisiana.gov. The National Flood Insurance Program, if you're in a flood zone or not, guess what? I think you better call up and at least get some information. That is floodsmart.gov, floodsmart.gov. And if you know anyone who is in assistance of disaster assistance with regard to food, please give them DCFS. That's dcfs.louisiana.gov, dcfs.louisiana.gov, because that is a good life. So we have Henry Bolden, Pastor Henry Bolden.
I'm here.
We want to encourage people, because, a lot of times when we go through heartaches and things that are, traumatizing, we just talked about having a rainy day fund, and, we get stuck in those moments. But, we really need to be able to encourage ourselves sometimes. And when everybody's going through it at the same time, we need to be able to pick ourselves back up. So how do we do that? Help. SOS. I'm waving the flag. Help me.
Well, I think it is important
help me to help myself, I should say.
To help all of us. There is no question that life can hit you with catastrophic occurrences, most of which have the intensity and, in fact, the intention. I'm looking at yours and not mine. The intention of breaking your will. And so you must understand that every catastrophic occurrence, every unexpected storm has the intent from the enemy to manipulate your mindset to make you think that since I've gone through this and since I've had to experience this, then most people are under the impression that their faith and belief in God should exempt them from storms, from catastrophic events, from traumatizing events in their life. When the reality of it is, your faith is what sustains you through it. Because how do you know that you have faith if you don't go through anything that measures the strength of it?
We don't like to be tested. What are you talking about?
Who wants to be tested?
You want to be
Give
tested?
me the answer. Just, let me go to the back of the book and get the answers. But I don't want to have to go through that. And the problem with, particularly like as we're talking about even with Katrina, most people go through events and it leaves behind in its aftermath phobias, fears. Yeah. And we live our lives where we're in a place where we are constantly bracing for the next thing to happen.
Right.
And life doesn't always give you the opportunity to regroup or even recoup before you're thrown back into the wilds of something else again. And so it is in that period of your life where you're trying to recover things and regroup and rebuild and do all these things. Let me tell you, number one, God is absolutely going to restore everything lost plus more. So your mind, you should not lose your mind because you lose stuff. Your existence should never be attached to things or materialism. The Bible says that a man's life does not consist of the things that he possesses. In other words, if you lose your car and you lose your mind, then you had nothing of value anyway. The only thing in this life that's of value is the validity of your faith, being tested through trials and circumstances, and say, hey, after storms have passed, after Katrina's passed, we're still here. There are a lot of people, sometimes you got to take a moment, regress, step back, look objectively and say, hey, I'm still here, though. And somebody's listening to us today, I want to speak encouragement in your spirit and your heart and let you know you're still here. And what storms have a tendency to do is it causes you to look at what you've lost, shifts your perspective, totally warps your focus, and you live in this depressive mindset over what's been lost or what's been taken, and you never open your mind up to the possibility of what God's getting ready to bring into your life.
So I'm going to say it, and somebody might not be happy with me, but it's the good life. I'm trying to help you. If we are still, I don't want to say grieving through Katrina, that's kind of a sign that we need to do some work on ourselves.
Yes. Absolutely.
Because we are still maybe attached to something that we shouldn't be attached to.
Absolutely. Things that
So if you know, if it's you or someone you know, and you know what, we're not going to worry about other people today. We're not pointing any fingers. If you are still attached to Katrina and it still brings you to a low place, it's different, remembering.
Right.
But it's also a different twist of fate when it just ruins your day, when you're having a bad day today because it's the anniversary of Katrina.
Absolutely.
Then you really need to recognize that you need to do some work on yourself and open your mind, because we don't want you to be attached to anything like that.
Absolutely. You cannot allow the frustration of your past to rob you of your future prospects. That's number one. That's the goal of the enemy through Katrina, through an unforeseen divorce, breakup, bankruptcy, all kind of things that you go through.
Relationships? What are you talking about?
Relationship breakdowns.
Bankruptcy, money, lose a job.
Yeah, betrayal.
People
that said, I'll be there when the road gets tough, and as soon as the road gets tough, they got going.
They bounced.
They bounced on you. But you have to understand that adversity is nothing more than a precursor to unrealized opportunity.
Hello.
I'll say it again.
Yes, please. I know
you were there.
You know
me
well.
Adversity is nothing more than a precursor to unrealized opportunity. The Bible says that if you faint in the day of adversity, then your strength is small. In other words, when I allow adversity, I give you the platform to strengthen who you are.
Hello.
I can't strengthen you if I don't allow your muscles to experience stress. That's what gaining muscle is about. Your body experiences stress, and then the stress on the muscle causes it to be fortified and built. So I know it's a struggle. It might be a strain mentally. Some of you are saying, hey, listen, I know I've been having a hard time letting it go, dealing with it. Yes, it is a process. But just because you remember it does not mean you have to keep reliving it.
Ooh, say that one too.
I'm going to say it again because I knew she wanted me to. Just because you remember it does not mean you have to keep reliving it.
That should be a book.
That moment is over. I'm going to let you do the foreword in that book too.
I will.
See, she helped me with that. So you cannot live your life in the past. You cannot live your life from a jaded perspective of what didn't work, what didn't happen back then. This might be a little alarming to some of you, but storms will come again. Personal storms, relational storms, financial storms. Life is going to be enveloped by a cycle of coming and goings of storms. It is how you weather the storm, knowing that the God that allowed the storm is going to be with you through it, and he's going to bring you out of the storm.
Because when you only see one set of footsteps, it wasn't yours. He was carrying you. You like that, see?
I like, say that again.
When you only see one set of footsteps, it wasn't yours. It was him carrying you. Yes.
Absolutely.
I go to New Home.
Yeah, I love that.
And speaking of New Home, y'all should meet me there 7:30 on Sundays or 6 o'clock for Bible study. No, 7 o'clock for Bible study on Thursdays. Just FYI. You want to come see me in person? That's where I am. Thursdays at 7.
She'll be doing autographs from 6:30 to 7.
Oh, no. I'm gonna make you laugh because Aiden's always like, why do we have to go to 7:30? Well, that's too early in the morning. I'm like, you like to be at school for 7:30 in the morning. And he just looked. I said, well, why can't we be at church for 7:30?
Yes.
And the reality just sunk in for him. Mm-hmm. So meet me at, we were talking about getting people to church. So meet me at New Home on 1616 Robert C. Blake's Senior Boulevard on Sunday, 7:30. That's Good Life.
Yes.
That was just a nugget.
There you go. That was a great plug, too.
You're welcome.
Hey, so if you're watching and listening to us today, I'm telling you, your adversity now is only a precursor to an unrealized opportunity.
And if you want to see Henry, he actually has a church service on
see me anytime.
Saturday nights. Well, yes, you can. But on Saturday nights, because y'all, it's football season, it just is what it is.
Yeah.
So if you want to get up early, you can come with me. If not, go with him.
You can do both. You can come.
This is true.
You don't, some people have to choose, do I go to the stadium or do I go to the sanctuary? So we've created an opportunity where you can worship on Saturday nights. Listen, it's been a powerful experience. People that said, hey, listen, I hadn't been to church in years because I just don't have the time. I work on Sundays. I'm a season. I do all the stuff I want to do on Sunday. Saturday night is a powerful time at 6 o'clock, 13802 Hain Boulevard. I want to see you in the house of God.
And I really say all that because, it is a hard day for everybody. And if you're stuck, maybe this is what you needed. They're I need that sign. Well, this is it. This is the sign.
Yes.
Open your mind. Living differently in the world. Get up and do something differently. Do something that your future self will thank you for.
Yeah.
Do something today.
Follow
Henry.
Stop living in a brace position. Start living in an embracing position. Don't just live your life bracing for what's going to happen. You're so fearful that you're not living.
And when you live like that, you're living in a state of fear all the time.
Absolutely.
It can't be healthy.
It's not. Absolutely not healthy at all. So live your life. Storms are going to come. Storms are going to go. But guess what? You're going to be triumphant through every one of them.
Can we say the name of your book again that I'm going to write the forward to? Because I really, really enjoyed that.
No, we're going to have a book reveal title party. So so stay tuned so we can share that with you, all right? Stay tuned.
You can remember it, but you can't relive it.
Just because you remember it does not mean you have to keep reliving it.
Ooh. I'm gonna say that all day. I'm not kidding. Just because you remember it does not mean you have to relive it.
Absolutely.
Stop reliving it. Stop reliving your past. You can remember it, okay, and let it be like a flowing thought through your mind. Poof, gone, the end. Open your mind to living differently in the world. Make sure you follow us at The Good Life Radio Show, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Henry, how can they follow you?
They can follow me Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, every social outlet there is. You can email me at hbolden3@yahoo.com. That's HBOLDEN, the number 3 yahoo.com.
And I would like to thank one of our Money Monday sponsors, that is L&R Security, for keeping us safe and everyone safe. You know, during this time, we're hearing of all the crime in the city. If you have a small business that really needs their services, please reach out, lnrsecurity.com. That is lrsecurity.com, because that is the good life. Open your mind to living differently world. Go on right now and look up their services. They have something that can definitely help you. lrsecurity.com. Open your mind. And I'm out.